Hi everybody, it's Nikki here, and we are going to do a sequence today designed to offer up maybe some peace and definitely some calm. So I encourage you to clear some space, make sure that you've cleared the time for this practice. There will be lots of breath moving through the practice with us. And I'll hold space at the end for a little bit of stillness as well. So to get started, let's find our way into child's pose. And so you can take the knees as wide as you'd like. The arms are going to reach forwards. You might relax the elbows for a few breaths here and just let the forehead fall to the earth. And we're not here too long, but just this sense of stillness, of calm. And if that's not what you're feeling, just notice what you are feeling here so that there is an honest beginning. Right? In the truth of how we arrive, right? In our ability to notice who and what we are moment to moment, right? That is when we can truly make change consciously, anyway. So just take a few more big breaths. We'll fill the back body, the space over the heart, the mid-lung, and the kidneys all expands towards the sky. The exhale offers up space to fall towards the earth, this softening, this surrender. And the last couple breaths. Yeah, time for one more. Good, and then we'll draw the body up to table. And set the knees under the hips, and right away we'll move into cow pose, lifting the heart, opening the throat, and lifting the chin. And just a few breaths here. So the upper arms are drawing back. It's not aggressive, but there's some strength there. Right? You might notice even in the arch in the abdomen, there's still a sense of hugging navel towards the back body. Let's take another big breath in. And when we exhale, tuck the toes. The hips will go high, but you're going to leave the left knee bent deep, right leg straight. Right? And just pressing the right heel towards the earth. You're lengthening as well from the wrists to the shoulders, from the crown to the tailbone, right? So lots of rising here. Take another breath in and out. And then we'll come back to cow pose. Drop the knees, lift the heart, throat opens, right? Chest is stretching, shoulder blades draw into the chest. Another breath. Good, so down dog second side. This time left leg straight, right knee bent, nice and deep. Left heel reaches towards the earth. Right, there's all this length from the crown through the back body to the tailbone. Right, really maybe exaggerating the bend in the right knee to get that nice reach of the left heel to the earth. Take another breath. Good, so we'll do all that again with a little more rhythm. Come back to cow pose. Big breath in. Down dog, right leg straight, left knee bend deep. Inhale to cow pose, fill up. Exhale, left leg straight, right knee bend deep. Good, one more round, in. And out, left knee bent, right leg straight. Good, breath in. And the other side. So for me, it's left leg straight, right knee bent. Back to cow pose. One big breath in. Down dog, hips high. Few breaths here. Nice long reach from the crown to the tailbone again. With both legs straightening, you might notice now there's some softness in the knees. Right? Some energy in the heart, in the abdomen, and the shoulders here. Take another breath in and out. And then nice and slow, the hands will walk back to the feet. Good. Find a halfway lift. Fill the body. And then fold, surrender, soften the knees, hang through the head and the neck. Two more times. Half lift, maybe hands to shins or thighs. And then exhale to surrender. Good. Good. Last one. Half lift to fill. And then surrender and fold and just hang. Right? You can grab opposite elbows. You could interlace the hands, catch the back of the head here. And just a few more breaths, right? You want to sense the crown point of the earth. For some of us, that means a deeper bend in the knees. You might sort of find a subtle shift of weight from foot to foot. You might be perfectly still. Good. And release the hands, and you're going to step the right foot straight forwards, but step forwards just enough for your right heel to be about in line with the left toes. And then we're just going to hang out here. Same thing, full surrender. You notice if you want to take the arms, grab opposite elbows, or interlace the hands behind the head. For some of us in this one, the deeper stretch is going to come with an actual bend in the knees. So just notice where you get the stretch through the back of the right leg. All right, making sure you've released all tension in the head and the neck. Another breath. Good. Look forward. And just stepping forwards the other side. I'm doing it with the hands on the earth. You might lift a little here. It's all fine as long as we get there. So now it's left foot forwards, right left heel about in line with the right toes, but my feet are still wide enough that I have space here. And then a fold. And again, just noticing, right, what makes sense to get your deepest stretch. So a lot of days for me, it's a bend in the knees, but today it's a little bit straighter. So, right, can you be aware? Right, moment to moment, breath to breath, what you need, separate from where you've been, separate from expectation. Great, another breath. Let's say another one after that. Good, and then the right foot can step forwards next to the left. Let's find a halfway lift. And fold. Half lift. And fold. One more. Half lift, fill. And fold. Good. Left hand to the outer right ankle. Right hand to the low back. Find a breath, lengthen. Maybe a little bit of a half lift here. And then twist to the right. So that right shoulder presses back in space. You can take the gaze with you up towards the sky. Sometimes in this one, it feels nice to actually leave the head and the neck out of the rotation. Another breath. We release. And into that second side. So right hand to the outer left ankle. Left hand, low back, lift. And twist. Navel twisting, mid ribs, then heart, maybe neck, maybe not so much. Another breath. And we release. Good. Now one more time, step the right foot forwards, right? And now we'll start to take a little bit of breath or pattern of breath into this one. So left hand to the outer right ankle. So we're in that sort of mini pyramid. And now we're going to twist as well. So find your lift and then twist. 5 really good breaths here. Notice that the inhale feels easier than the out or the other way around. Notice the possibility of the breath leading you deeper or more fully into the pose. 2 more breaths. Last one. And fully release. Good. Left foot steps forward again. You don't need to be fully forward like I am. And through. So last little bit of locomoting forwards here. Right? Right hand to that outer left ankle. Left hand to the low back. We lift, lengthen, and twist. 5 good breaths. Right? Notice if there's intensity, discomfort. What does the breath do? How does it have an impact? Right? How can the breath lead you more fully into acceptance? Good. Last breath. And we release. Step the feet forwards. Coming to the top of the mat if you aren't fully there already. One more time, a half lift, fill up. Exhale, fold. Now all the way up. Finally, extended mountain. Nice big reach. Pause, empty, draw navel in and out. One more breath, more rising. And fold forwards. Flat back, fill the lungs. And the hands plant, step the right foot back, low lunge. So the right knee will land, right? You can leave the hands on the earth for this first one, or you can lift them up to the front thigh. Right? Wherever you are, though, a sense of plugging thighs into the center line, right? If you want to be grounded, that's fine. Right? There's a sense of sort of maybe even resting on that front thigh to deepen the stretch. Right, if you're lifted, there's maybe that beginning of lifting the body up and away from the front thigh already here. Right, this beginning of stretch through the chest. Good, another breath. And then we'll come into half splits. So you can fold, plant the hands, right? Straighten your left leg. Probably need to inch the foot forwards in order to land your hips over the back knee. Right, lengthen the front body, lift and pull the collarbones forwards towards the toes, right? There's energy sort of lengthening the heart as you draw the shoulder blades close. And then when you get into the depth of the fold, there's this length in the neck that sort of folds the gaze down and forwards. Another breath. Good, and then we come back into the front knee. And the right hand stays grounded, left hand to the left knee, hip or low back, starting our first twist. Right, and try not to let that right shoulder rise towards the ear. Draw the shoulder blades close in the back. If you're feeling the need for it already and you want to lift the back knee, it's also sometimes a little more spacious to twist with the back leg lifted. Please feel free. Like power up the back leg if it's lifted. If you're ready, that left arm can come up. We got lots of time to get there though. Take another breath. Good. And then plant that left hand inside the left foot. Warrior two stance for just a moment. Anchor the right foot down. Good. And then walk all 10 toes or turn all 10 toes to the long edge of the mat. Walk the hands out onto the shoulders, soft into the knees. Take a big breath in. And then just a gentle fold here. Mostly just a reset as we get moving. One more breath. Good. We'll turn all 10 toes the other way. Drop that right knee down, or left knee down, sorry. And low lunge second side, right? Again, hands can stay grounded. You might sort of find a mix of both things, so maybe sort of staying anchored for a few breaths here. And eventually maybe coming up to that front thigh. Wherever you are, this lift and lengthen maybe. Good. Last breath. And we'll move into half split. So plant the hands, straighten the front leg, flex the toes, right? Heart pulls forwards, front body lengthens. Take a few breaths. I notice the energy in the heart and the space between the shoulders as they draw near. And then back into that front knee, getting ready to twist. Left hand stays, right hand to knee or hip or low back, right? Even here, there's an energy hugging shoulder blades together. If you'd like to tuck the back toes and lift that back knee already, feel free. Maybe extending right arm for the sky. Right, noticing the sense of left hip rising, right hip sinking down. One more breath. And then the right hand lands, and you'll step the left foot forwards next to the right. Right, taking a halfway lift. Bring your hands to the low back. Squeeze the elbows to the sky. Pull the crown forwards. Take a big breath in. And then fold and release. Come all the way up to stand. Extended mountain. Nice big sweep. Fold forwards. Neck is long. Leading with the heart. Half lift. Fill up. Hands plant, left foot back, drop the knee down, low lunge. This time the arms will come up. All right, we'll pause. We'll find that sense of plugging the thighs into the center line, lengthening the body up and out of that front thigh or away from the front thigh. And then the palms forward, fingers wide spread, the elbows wide, right? The fingers spread wide. We'll move a little this time. So big breath in, lift the heart. And as you exhale, straighten the front leg, fold and reach, forward or down. Let's do 3 more. So inhale, open. Exhale, fold and reach. Good, big breath in. Slower breath out. So really tapping into this sense of calm with how we move the breath in the body. In and out. Good. Come back to the lunge. Take a big breath in. And one more time into your half split. Good. Leave the left hand where it is, hips lined up over the back knee. Let's twist from here. It's a little more challenging. Right? Trying to stack the shoulders. Keep the outer right thigh hugging up and back. Good. Last breath. And then we unwind. Plant the hands inside the right foot as you bend back into the right knee. Left toes tuck. Left foot lands in that warrior 2 stance. Once you're lifted, take a breath. And then we turn all 10 toes to the long edge of the mat. Find a halfway lift, fill the body. And then exhale, fold. See if you can keep the hips in line with the heels, the sits bones rising. So the backs of the legs are lifting and lengthening. And maybe all that length allows you to draw the crown a little more towards the earth. Right, a little bit pigeon-toed in this one, so the pinky edge side of the feet matches short edge of the mat. Take another breath. And then hands come out under shoulders. And we turn all 10 toes back to the front. Left foot forwards, drop the right knee down. When you're ready, low lunge. Rising up, arms can reach. Right? If it makes sense in the body to do these movements like this lifted, you'll open the fingers, turn the palms forward and cactus the arms. Right? You can always have the hands in the front thigh or anywhere else. A nice big breath in, lift, lengthen the heart. And as you exhale, you fold and reach forwards or down. Right? We'll do 3 more. In and out. Good. 2, in and out. Last one in. Last out. Good. In and pause. Now back to that half split for our twist. So straighten that front leg. Plant the hands, right? Lift the heart. And then left arm reaches for the sky. Keep your outer left hip hugging back. Right? You could always use the hip or the low back here. Energy drawing the shoulders close. 2 more breaths. Good. Release the hand, bend back into the left knee, step the right foot forwards next to the left. Halfway lift, take the hands to the low back, interlace the fingers and squeeze the elbows to the sky. Hips draw back, crown draws forwards. When you exhale, you can release the arms or fly them off the back body here, stretching the shoulders and the chest. Release the arms, come all the way up to stand, a big breath in. Exhale, fold forwards. Flat back, inhale. Hands plant, right foot back to lunge. Drop the knee. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Good. Right toes tuck, right knee lifts. Take a big breath in. And when you exhale, take the hips straight up and back. Straighten the left leg and press the right heel straight back. Good. We'll go again. In and out. Try not to shift the angle of the back foot. Good. 2 more times. Nice and strong. Slow breaths out. Navel to spine. Good. 1 more in. 1 more out. Back into the lunge. We'll twist. Left arm reaches for the sky. Legs are strong. Right? Power up through the shoulders, lengthen along the heart. Left fingers rising to the sky. Take another breath in. Good. Left hand lands inside the left foot. Right foot lands for warrior two stance. For a moment, reach your right arm for the sky. If you need space, lift your left forearm up. Take another breath. And then warrior two to rise. Good. So setting the feet, generally front heel lines up with the arch of the back foot is how we cue it. And that may or may not be for you. I find length in the spine though. So you keep the shoulders over the hips. See if you can lengthen this powerful force in the abdomen, helping you to draw the crown higher. Right, a little more reach through the fingers, but a little less work in the shoulders. Good, another breath. And then we'll straighten that front leg. Turn the toes in. Take a big breath in. Exhale, fold. Again, a little bit pigeon-toed. Try to keep the hips in line with the heels. Right? Be willing to find more length. Big breath. And then find the depth of your fold. Right? It's okay to use those breaths in to lengthen, to lift. And the exhales to find more depth, more space. Good. A few more here. Last one. Hands come out under shoulders. Good. We'll turn all 10 toes to the right. Drop the left knee down. Right? Low lunge one more time. Inhale up. And exhale, plant the hands. Left toes tuck, left knee lifts. Big breath in. Exhale, hips high. Flex the right foot away from the top of the mat. Inhale, back to lunge. Exhale, hips high, navel to spine, strong. 2 more times, in and out. Last one in. Last one out. Back to lunge. And we twist. Right arm up, stack the shoulders, take care of the neck. So notice gaze up to the side or down. Right, energy drawing the shoulder blades close. Keep that right knee grounded over the right ankle. Take another breath. And right hand lands. Left foot will step forwards next to the right. Halfway lift here. Interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the elbows to the sky. And fold. If you want, you can fly the arms off the back. Release the hands if they're bound. Rise up. Inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. Flat back, inhale. Hands plant, step that left foot back. Good, high lunge this time. Nice, big rise. And stay. Good, a few breaths here, right? Powerfully engage to the front of the left leg. See if you can draw the inner elbows closer to the sky. Keep the pubic bone lifting, maybe in the front body, maybe challenging the gaze up to the sky. Take another big breath in, and then fold, plant the hands. Good, straighten that right leg, flex the toes, left heel presses back. We'll take a couple breaths. Like the sense of the hips rising, the front body lengthening. Good, back into that front knee. One more time, twist, right arm up, big reach. Last breath. Good, right hand lands. Then that left foot for warrior two stance. We'll extend the left arm for the sky. Right, if you need space, bring that right forearm up. We'll take another breath. And then warrior two. Right, again, try to settle the shoulders over the hips. Notice the reach, maybe palms to the sky if you need a little softness here. Take another breath. And then straighten that front leg, toes turn in. One more time, wide leg fold. Big breath in, lengthen. Exhale, fold, legs are strong. Try to lead with the heart, fill up, find more length. And then exhale, fold a little deeper here. If you have a lot of flexibility and mobility in the hamstrings, you could here just bend your right knee just a little. Right, both inner thighs rotating back, and just notice, couple breaths, little shift in intensity in that stretch. Right, not necessarily for all of us here.
Good, and if you straighten to the right knee or bent the right knee, straighten again. And just a little bend in the left knee again, noticing the rotation of the inner thighs towards the space behind you. Good, the hands can come under the shoulders, both legs straight. And turn all 10 toes to the left. So one more time facing the front of the mat. High lunge, big breath in to rise. And we take a few breaths here, powering up through the right leg, right glute. Can you get the inner elbows to lift? Maybe challenge the balance by lifting the gaze. It's another breath. And then we'll fold and plant the hands. Left leg high, right heel back, or left leg straight, sorry. Collarbones lengthen forwards, hips high. 2 more breaths. Good, bend back into the front knee. Last twist here, big reach, right? Engage through the hips, draw that left outer thigh back. Take another breath, shoulder blades draw together. And then left foot lands. Right foot steps forwards. Halfway lift, interlace the hands one last time. Exhale, fold, maybe fly them off the back. Release the arms, come all the way up. Hands to prayer at the heart. Take a breath in and out. Good, one more here. If you want it, so you can absolutely stay, sort of sit and revel in the energy moving through the body here, or sun A. So empty the lungs. And if you're moving, it's an inhale, extended mountain. It's an exhale to fold. Half lift, breath in. Hands plant for plank, right? You can stay on the toes or drop the knees, leaving the body long though. Hips are forwards of the knees. Taking a big breath in, like just a halfway lower to pause, right? The body's strong, and then all the way to the earth. Top of the feet land, right? Toes touching or a little space there. Upper arms draw back, hands grounded, lift the heart for low cobra, and stay. 2 more breaths, a little higher. And stay, neck is long, so inhale, it's the heart that lifts the gaze. And release, tuck the toes, take a breath in. You can press up over the knees or from low to high plank to down dog. Big breath in and out. Fill and empty. Last breath in and out. Heels lift, inhale. Knees bend, look forwards. Hop, step, or walk. Top of the mat. Halfway lift. And fold. All the way up, extended mountain. Hands to prayer at the heart. Breath in and out. You stay or sun A. Fill up, trust yourself. Exhale, fold. Flat back. High plank. Breath in from the toes or the knees, chaturanga, or pass through it to the earth. Right? From your low plank, it could be up dog. The legs are lifted. Take 3 breaths in your back bend. Right? The legs are strong, the hands draw back, the upper arms draw back, the center of the chest lifts, maybe the chin lifts. 1 more breath, shoulders rolling down and away from the ears. And then from wherever you are, down dog to empty. Big breath in and out. Right, chin tucked towards chest, awareness in the body here too. Last deep full breath. Heels lift, inhale. Knees bend, look forwards. Top of the mat. Hop, step, or walk. Halfway lift. Fold. All the way up. And release the hands. 1 last flow together. Find your way. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold. Flat back, inhale. Hands plant, chaturanga to the earth. Good, back bend on the inhale. Find that strength, commit. Down dog. 2 breaths. Last one. Heels lift, inhale. Knees bend, look forwards, coming to a seat. Hop, step, or walk. Good. So in your seat, just take a few breaths. Legs can be crossed. Right? Gentle tuck of the chin to the chest, and just notice sort of how you've arrived, right? We don't often do our sun salutes after the hard work of the standing posture, so just notice how it lands, how you feel. Yeah, so we'll start with Janu Shirshasana here. Left leg long, right foot to the inner thigh. So lengthen the body, take a big breath in, twist towards the left leg. It's active, the foot is flexed. And when you're ready, on this exhale or even the next, pull the body forward. So the front body lengthens, the collarbones draw towards the toes. And then again, there's that lengthening of the neck by dropping the gaze down. The hands do not need to reach the foot. Over time, they will. But it doesn't matter where you are. Commit to the work in the spine. Commit to the deep and full breath that's possible in this place. Right? Which won't be the same breath as other places. Right? But allow that sort of work of breath to internalize the experience here. Take a couple more. Good. And then we'll restep the spine. You're going to take your right ankle to your left thigh. And then slowly start to bend the leg. So my hands are behind me. You could come down to the forearms or even to laying on your back body here. Some of you will be able to stay upright with this one. There's work pressing the right thigh and the right knee away. And we're just gonna find some breath here. I like to move in this one. If you've practiced with me before and I've done this one, you know I do like to kind of rock. It's important to notice when we do stuff like that, if it's a habit, is it unconscious, is it purposeful, right? Even something as simple as that, right, has meaning and impact in our lives, right? And if I avoid this stillness, is there a story there? Is there definitely something I can learn about myself in this constant look for movement, for distraction, right? To not be present in the challenge. And then if I notice it, can I choose another way? Right? And those choices are unique to us all, right? Because we are all dealing with different things. Take a few more breaths. The body, breath, and mind are beautiful storytellers if we are willing to listen. Good. So let's release that left leg long. And now, taking that right foot to the earth, there's about a fist width between my foot and the left thigh. I'm going to flex the left foot, lift and lengthen, and twist towards the right. Right? And you might be able to sort of wrap that right knee. You may bring the elbow outside, working to really try to stack the spine here to keep the left leg active, right, to not fall towards the back of the mat, and to keep that right knee grounded over the right ankle. So there's lots of work in this pose, right? Notice the possibility. We talk about exhale and twist, but when the lungs are empty after exhale, is there any more space in that moment? And that powerful pause, breath, sometimes thought. And unwinding through center. Last pose here. So we'll take the right leg outside now of itself. So I'm on the inner calf. You can be on the a big toe side of the foot. You might come onto the top of the foot. The only thing I will say about this pose is that the hips should both be grounded. And so for a lot of us, for that to fully happen, we want to be lifted on something, and you just want to be aware of not hyperextending that extended leg. So take a nice big breath in, and then we'll fold forwards here, challenging the back of that left leg. Keep the left toes flexed and active. right? Use the breath to look for space. Good. 2 more breaths. And then a slow rise up. If you were seated on something, release the hips. You can release that right leg forwards and just pause, right? The spine long and tall. Just a few breaths to notice sort of what's showing up in the aftermath. Good. And we'll do the other side. So the right leg long, left foot to that inner right thigh. Janu Shirshasana first, right? So the body lengthens, right? Draw yourself long, big breath in, square towards the right foot now. And then as you exhale, draw the body forwards, right? Lengthening the front body, stomach to thigh, collarbones towards the right toes, right? Try not to hunch the back so there's still energy drawing the heart forwards as the shoulder blades draw close. And then when you get into the depth of your fold, the gaze might drop down, right? Reaching the foot where the ankle is the least important thing that will happen in this pose. Right, if you're like me and the side body shortens here, just try to lengthen the right side body. Good. And then a slow restack of the spine. Hands can come behind you. Left ankle will come to that right thigh, and you'll start to bend the knee. Right, so maybe shortening the stance here. Space to maybe walk that right foot up nearer. Right, the left thigh, the left knee press away. The heart lifts and folds towards the left leg. Again, notice the patterns and habits. So this is a really great place in stillness to notice. Right, they aren't just habitually in the body. Right, notice the pattern in the mind. Right? What do you do in stillness? What do you do in challenge? What do we do in intensity and ease? Right? Can we be more aware, more intentional? Right? In that discernment, right, of both what is happening and what we do with it, right, we become more clear, right, more certain of ourselves, more aware. Last breath. Good. The right leg can come long. If you roll down onto the elbows or the forearms or the back body, coming back up. Left foot will land on the earth, about a fist width between the thigh and the foot. Big breath in, and then twisting to the left. Right, again, trying to keep the spine relatively stacked, right leg flexed and active. Right, this powerful rotation, navel, ribs, heart, and maybe also neck. You can always bring that right elbow outside the knee, but make sure that doesn't collapse the knee into the right. Another breath. Good. And then we release. And last pose here, coming onto that top of the left leg. I'm going to spin around for this one. Just it's always easier to be on that side as a reminder, so that you are either on the flexed foot, big toe side, or the top of the foot here. Right? There's a lift and lengthen of the heart. Both sits bones grounded, so either lifted on maybe a block or a pillow, or you could be on the earth if it works, and then folding forwards. So it does work, but it just feels nicer in my top of my foot when I do that here. And then coming forwards. Couple more breaths, make sure that leg is active. Notice if you're collapsing the front body. And then restack and release. Good. So take a few breaths. And I'll come back to that first side. So, all of this building for what? So left leg will stay long. We'll come on to the right leg one more time, right? Onto the top of the foot if you can, not necessary. Again, please lift the hips if you need to. But this time we're gonna bend the left leg. And so that bend will probably wanna throw you back. So you really wanna find this sense of like lift and lengthen, finding strength through the body. And then with the left foot grounded, you're just gonna twist towards the left. Right? Left hand can reach behind you. So for some of us, this is our pose. This is really great work. Some of you will be able to reach the right arm forwards to flip the palm out and the thumb back and to grab the pinky edge side of the left foot. You might be able to start to lift the left leg, keeping the twist in the body, and maybe fully straightening that left leg as you then powerfully sort of reach and extend the left arm back. Really finding that powerful rotation, navel, mid-ribs, and heart. Maybe the gaze comes back over the left shoulder. Last breath. And then we release. It's always nice with those sort of big, powerful poses. When we sort of sit in the aftermath of sensation. Good, so the left leg will bend. We'll come onto the top of the foot or the big toe side of the foot. Please be willing to lift the hips. And the right knee will bend, right foot on the earth. Right, a nice lift and lengthen of the spine. Rotation to the right. Right, so we're twisting towards the inner right thigh. And the right arm can extend back for a little support and lift. Right, you can always stay right here or maybe left arm forwards, palm goes down and back, thumb points down and you grab the pinky edge side of the right foot. Right, lifting the right leg maybe. And then as you continue to rotate, you might start to straighten the right leg. So the spine is more important than the leg. If the leg doesn't get straight right away, that's fine as long as you don't collapse through the spine. Couple more breaths. A powerful rotation through the full spine. Good. And then release. And again, just a chance to land. And we'll roll all the way down onto the back body here. And just a gentle roll. And then just a little bit of movement through the spine here to reset. Right, so the knees are bent, the feet are under the knees, arms are on the earth. As you inhale, just lifting the hips, squeezing the glutes. And then as you exhale, lower down. I'm gonna pull my ponytail out. There we go, that makes more sense. So inhale, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, shoulders anchored. And then exhale, hips to the ground, knees maybe just come towards the heart. Good. The feet land, inhale, lift the hips, anchor the arms. And then exhale, lower. You might even wrap the hands around the shins and curl up. 2 more times, right? These are slow, the breath is methodical. Right? We're not really trying to find any liveliness here. We're just sort of finding a nice little reset through the hips, the spine. Last round. And then you release and land. All right, take the feet wide, let the knees fall in together, palms to the sky, and just take a few breaths. All right, soften the gaze, close the eyes if you'd like. If you can breathe through the nostrils here, please do. Right? If you need to breathe through the mouth, that's also fine, but picture the breath moving through the nostrils. And let's find a 5 count in.
And a 5 count out. 5 in. 5 out. Right, 5 in. 5 or 6 out. 5 in. 5 or 6 out. 5 in. 6 or 7 out. 5 in. Right, 6 or 7 out. Don't force anything here. Should be no agitation. Right, we want to find this sort of deeply calming aspect of this challenge of stretching the breath. Right, 5 in. 6, 7, or 8 count out. 5 in. 6, 7, or 8 counts out. So stay with the rhythm you found, right? 5 in, could be 5, 6, 7, or 8 out. And next time you inhale 5, pause 1, and then find your exhale, right? 5, 6, 7, or 8. 5 in. Pause, 1 or 2 counts, and then find your exhale. Right, 5 in. 1, 2, or 3 count. Pause. And then you'll exhale. Same depth and length. Notice it might be a different challenge. And then one more time, 5 in. If you're up to a 3 count, pause. Drop the chin to the chest. When you need to exhale, you lift the chin. You empty, and wherever you are, however you were breathing, relax the breath. Right, some of us still on the back body. Some of you might have chosen to come to a seat, but just take in where you are and how you've arrived. Right, notice if it's a time to take Shavasana, 5, 7, 10 minutes here. Right, if you are seated, maybe choosing to move into meditation. And if you have somewhere to be, just take a moment to lastly acknowledge the power of this practice. Right, whether we take it under or on our own, or whether we undertake it in community. Right, the impact it has on ourselves, and then how we move into the world.